On the agenda is approval of the minutes of the July 12th meeting.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 2 is open bids. Make recommendation for the Business Campus Trail, 72nd Avenue, Packard Drive to International Drive. Boy, We had one bid for this project from, is it Yankee? Yankee General Contractors. Base bid, $2,897,802.
We'll have to bring this back to the DOT to get an authorization to bid. So I recommend that we push this off until we get the authorization to bid from the DOT.
Okay, this will come back at a future meeting then? Yeah, sure. Item 3 is open bids. Make recommendation for 22nd Street Construction Project C. This is Torney, correct? Yeah. Yeah, right. Three bids for this project. A1 Excavating in the amount of $639,639. Cruise Check Construction in the amount of $649,649.49. Haas Sons, $670,209.20. Want to review these, bring them back? Staff will review these, bring them back with a recommendation.
Over budget.
Another one, item 4 is open bids. Make recommendation for the Wausau Municipal Parking Ramp repairs, old Sears ramp. Got 3 bids. Restoration Systems Incorporated, $195,441. Sycon Incorporated, $294,760, and Ram Construction Services, $382,709. Okay. I'll make a motion to move ahead with the low bid from Restoration Systems in the amount of $195,441.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Hey, we were able to make a decision. That's good. Item 5 is a wastewater treatment facility improvement project, Byron Construction, change orders 19 and 20. Do you have any questions? I would make a motion to approve change orders 19 and 20.
So for the record, can we just state what those amounts are,
Yeah, thanks, Ann.
please? Sorry,
for
be a
sure.
pest.
19 is a net increase in the contract amount of $85,070.33.
For what?
A number of items.
Okay.
Is outlined.
Okay.
If it's in here, do you want me to go through each one of them?
No, generally, is it something unforeseen or
They're
cost of
both
materials or a variety of reasons?
Yeah, so we have a few of them unforeseen conditions. Some are to address existing conditions that turned out to be different than what was known at the time of design.
Okay,
Items associated with design coordination issues, not evident during the design. Those are the primary.
all right.
Okay.
And you've reviewed those and you're accepting of those on
Yes.
19? Okay,
Yes.
and how about 20?
On 20, that is an increase in $81,479.70. Some of these were design coordination issues, unforeseen events, design coordination issue for items not known during design.
Should we be concerned about the coordination issues? I mean, can we do anything differently going forward to mitigate some of this expense or not?
I think we're doing what we can with Myron Construction,
Okay,
trying to
alright.
mitigate it, but I also know that there were some design considerations throughout the project that were missed, and some change orders that we approved that we have been in conversations with Donahue
Okay.
and Becker Hoppy with, that we'll have to reconcile towards the end of the project.
Got it. Okay,
So-
that answers my question. Thank
Okay.
you.
Alan, I know you're on. If you have anything to add, feel free.
No, just that things are speeding toward the close. So there's a pileup of two change orders here for this meeting. Things are, like I said, moving relatively quickly, and things are rearing their ugly head as we're coming toward the end of the project. But I think Eric summed it up pretty well. You know, with existing facilities, you don't always know what you're up against, and sometimes when you're in the middle of putting things together, things come up, and we have to address them at the moment. But yeah, we're not. Trust me, we're not enjoying having to add change orders to the project. That's not our preference.
I think for the record too, it should be noted that after these two change order increases, we're still about $409,000 below.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good to know. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And thank you, Alan, for your explanation.
We had a first and a second, right?
Did I second that, Lori? I don't think I did. And
Okay.
you made a motion to approve them. I'll second it.
Okay.
Both 19 and 20.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item 6 is a wastewater treatment facility improvement project for Myron Construction for pay estimate 24. The payment amount would be $328,799.70. I would make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 7 is make recommendation for the 22 Scott Street Bridge fencing project. Bids were open at the last meeting. Is a recommendation to move ahead with.
No, I would make the recommendation to bring it back at a later date. I did talk with WPS,
Okay.
and they're, this morning, and they are still, because part of this would be theirs, about half of it. And the WPS's half and our half is over budget. So they need to see if they can come up with the extra funds, and I need to talk to our finance director to see if we have those extra funds too. I haven't, since she's not here today, I don't know whether we have those or not, so I'd like to bring it back in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And item 8 is the 22 sidewalk project, SD Ellenbecker, pay estimate number 1.
This is for work completed. Kurt DeBoer looked at this one, and I'd recommend approval.
And the amount of, again,
$38,083.46.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
He didn't make the motion, did he? And I seconded it. Now we're
Yeah,
good.
I'll make the motion, yeah.
After Alan recommended.
The first addendum, so item 9, discussion and possible action on the purchase of 2 orthophosphate analyzers. This This is from the wastewater utility. So these are orthophosphate analyzers we would like to put in the plant. Rather than writing a bid and specification for these, we received quotes from suppliers for this type that works with our plant. And so we brought both of those forward. The low-cost quote was it from Gas Boda and Associates, right, Ben?
William Reed Limited would have been the lowest. The chem scan unit,
$69,703.
$53,674.
Am I missing one here?
That sounds
Oh,
better.
Top one, yeah, okay, thanks. I would make a motion that we approve William Reed, and they will supply the two analyzers in the amount of $53,674.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next addendum is item 10, discussion and possible action on the purchase of ductile iron pipe and appurtenances for the 23 street construction projects.
So similarly to this past year, we reached out to the major suppliers in the area to provide quotes for ductile iron water main for our 2023 projects. We received the quotes back, which are in the packet, and then we brought it to the water utility last week, and I believe the water department recommended that we go with Core and Main. I don't know if you have anything further to add, Eric.
Yeah, so we did the same event a little bit later in the year last year. Received the two quotes from the two suppliers. We went with Ferguson as the initial bids that they gave us were low. We had some issues with Ferguson providing us non-domestic materials, which we specify that is required, everything from bolts to some of the fittings. So, and then also when the items were actually delivered, there were, I don't know if were they surcharge or delivery surcharges, or what did they call those?
There was a material, scrap metal surcharge,
Yeah.
I believe, that was added.
Yeah. So because they didn't guarantee the prices, we ended up paying the same or maybe even a little bit more than the other bidder, which was Core Main, and we still had issues. This Core Main seems to have provided us a cost. I can't guarantee you that it's going to be a not to exceed, but it seems like this would be our best option as far as cost and no actual costs. And then Core Main is always, actually, when we had issues with the fittings and the piping that we got from Ferguson, we went to Core Main, and then they actually, were
So
able
we didn't know
to.
about the surcharges?
No.
Excuse me, in advance? How do we have to pay those then if we weren't legally bound to do that?
Yeah, either we paid them to get the pipe, or they would have sold the pipe to someone else. I mean, that's kind of how our supply chain is going right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think, for a couple of different reasons, I think moving ahead with Core Main, knowing the costs that we have, that they've actually included what they feel would be the maximum price. And then that if it doesn't get to that 10%, that they would, we would recognize those savings from the 477,000. And then with some of the issues we had with the materials that we received, that we actually had to go out, like with the bolts that they gave us were non-domestic, so we had to go out and buy our own and, scramble to do that, so. So I feel like that we have justification not to go with the low, and I would make a motion to move ahead with Core Main.
I'll second that motion.
That cost is in the amount of $477,349.70. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll move to adjourn.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.